What do you need to know right now? And that's what these cards are for. So, hi, if you don't know me, my name's Kirsten with Water's Edge Tarot, and this is a pick a card video, or it's pick a pile because we have piles. So, I just want you to concentrate, and I want you to think about what you need to know right now. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit so you can pick your pile and then find the timestamp that goes with your pile. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with pile 1 first. Put these cards over here. Oh, put those up there. Okay, pile 1. This is your reading, and this is what you need to know right now. As always, I'm going to put the cards down individually, and then we'll get the full story. So we're going to start with what represents you. Not who you are as a person necessarily, just who you are in this situation, an aspect about yourself that gives us more information. And here we have the Six of Cups reversed. So the Six of Cups is the nostalgic card. It is a card of remembering simple times. It's a card that says, you know, I liked how things were, and I kind of want to go back to those days. When you receive this card, a lot of times it's just having the emotional attachment to the past. But when it's reversed, I always like to give the warning of, yes, things were simple back then. Things might have been easy, but things were just as difficult, okay? You're looking back on in the past and you're remembering comfort. You're remembering ease because you have the foresight now to say, I see how this all clicked, how this all worked. And guess what? When you were in it then, it wasn't necessarily easy. It wasn't necessarily fun. You still had your difficulties. You still struggled. So remember, from whatever you're trying to remember about your past, whether that's someone coming from your past who was a friend that maybe you cut ties for a good reason, whether that's fond memories of something that you're thinking about, but for some whatever reason, you decided that that's not part of you anymore. Remember, yeah, the good times are good to remember, but don't forget that there were hard times as well. Let's go to our next card here. All right, this is what's surrounding us. We have the Princess of Swords in this suit, also known as the Page of Swords for this suit. And the Princess of Swords, she really likes to learn. She likes to study. She likes to figure things out. She doesn't like to stay still. But it's because she's swords. She's all about learning new things, taking new things in, and so she's just going for pretty much metaphorically each new book that she can take in. She's seeing how she can apply what she's learning in every direction. The big caveat here, though, is because this is what's surrounding and opposing us, is a lot of times, too, when we're in this new thought process, when we're in this new paradigm shift, we can be very critical. We can be, very narrow-minded. We can really try to force, one of my classic examples, we can really try to force a triangle into a square hole, and it just doesn't work. And it's not that we're, trying to be in control or we're trying to, be mean to people. It's just we learn these things, we understand these things, and now we're trying to apply. And when we feel like it's not working the way we thought it should, or, when things aren't turning out the way we think they should, we get real upset because we think it's some type of, for us, it's that it's, this is a reflection of myself somehow because I didn't do it right or I didn't understand it right. And that's not the case. It's just about learning. This card is the issue. And here we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is he's very a person who likes to have just, okay. So the King of Pentacles is someone who knows what needs to be done and does it. Okay, I want to remind everybody here that the King of Pentacles isn't necessarily the person who has the most money, because Pentacles is not just about finances, guys. Pentacles is about your time, your energy, and your health. We spend our time, we spend our energy, hopefully we don't spend our health, okay? So here we have the King of Pentacles who knows how to utilize his time, who knows how to utilize his energy, who isn't worried about lack because he knows he has the ability to do what he needs to do. But here he's reversed, guys. So here we are saying, I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I can't do it. I'm feeling lazy. The King of Pentacles is just looking at everything, and he's not considering how to prioritize what it needs to be done. He's got a field of crops out there that need to be weeded. He's got, kitchen or dishes piled up in his kitchen sink that need to be washed. And instead of saying, okay, I need to make time for this, or I need to give myself the energy for this, he's just shutting down, and he's just saying, that's not my problem right now. I'm going to focus on something else. All right, guys, we got the Seven of Swords in our immediate past. Just because I say immediate doesn't mean it happened yesterday. Just because I say past doesn't mean it's something we're not still going through. Seven of Swords, guys, it's straight up deception. There's no way around it with this card. I can't even try to put it in a better light for you. But what I can tell you is that this deception typically is self-deception. It's not necessarily you being deceived by somebody else. It's, for the most part, you being deceived by yourself. Because the truth of the matter is, yes, you could have just had the rug completely pulled out from underneath your feet. And that is what this card can mean. And if that is you, I apologize. I'll give you the grace that this is you. But in my experience, this is you saying, I'm choosing not to see that. Or I don't want to believe that's true. Or, I saw it with my own eyes, but it still doesn't seem right. Something seems off. It's you saying to yourself that I know the truth, but I'm not going to believe that truth. Or it's you trying to pretend to be somebody that you're not. And I mean, yes, I know there's a whole fake it till you make it positive thought process out there, but that's not what this necessarily is about. This is you trying to conform yourself to other people so that way you can be liked. This is you changing your personality to be with the people or be in the scenarios or be in the situation that you think you want to be in when it's not you. So say, you're a person who doesn't like to drink. You're a person who likes to stay home and work on puzzles. Cool. That's a fun thing to do. Okay. Staying home working on puzzles might not be everyone's thing, but if that's your thing, cool. But if you're trying to convince yourself that you're a person who drinks and can go to bars and, hang out with, the crowd when that is not your go-to thing just because you're trying to impress somebody, then guess what? That is you deceiving yourself, because it could be about new experiences, yes, but if you're just trying to convince yourself that this is you now because this is the person who you like that's not you being you. That's you deceiving yourself. All right. I think I harped on that card enough. Let's go to the next one. Here we have our advice card, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So once again, Pentacles are not just about finances, guys. And here we have security. We have independence. We have someone who can stand in their own power. And this is about financial security, because if you're independent, you stand in your own power, you have the finances, but it is so much more than that. It is the fact that you have the time and the energy, and that you know how to utilize, the time that you're given to you. You know how to prioritize. You know how to say, okay, this needs to be done now. The other things can be done later, and then you do it. You're a person who, just sees what needs to be done. Now, this is the advice card, so I'm not going to put too much into it right now, and I'm going to come back to it because I kind of want to see what the rest of the cards have to say so we know how to utilize this advice best. All right, guys, Princess of Pentacles, similar to the page for those who know the normal tarot. And so here, again, we have newness. But this time, we're studying how to work with our energy. We're studying how to do something for the first time. We're studying how to apply principles. In this case, Pentacles is more about integration. Now, yes, it's reversed, and the caveat, I'm going to keep harping this in with you guys. Pentacles is not just finances, it's your energy and it's your time and your health, possibly. Princess of Pentacles here is coming in, and she's saying, okay, I see what I want to do, and I see how I want to do this, but instead of putting her focus and all of her energy into it, she's just kind of do it half-heartedly, guys. she's, she's not fully putting herself into what it is that she wants to do. Yes, she's still doing something new, but instead of focusing on the fact that she's doing this new activity, this new thing, she's busy thinking about everything else that she also should be doing. So think of it this way, and this is really one of my classic examples, and if you know me, you're going to hear this a lot, and I apologize, but it just works so well. The first time you make bread, and you are trying to figure out how all the components work together, the yeast, the kneading, and everything, it's weird and awkward, okay? And bread works really well because you have to have time management with bread too. It takes time and it takes energy. Because, yes, you can decide you're going to make bread, but do you know you need 5 hours? 5 hours to make this bread. It might only be 30 minutes in the oven, but you have to find a way to make sure that you're available for 5 hours. Because you activate the yeast, you mix it all together, and then you have to let the dough rise. And that's typically about an hour and a half process. But the thing is you kind of want to check on it depending on the temperature of your kitchen. Maybe it's just an hour, and if you let it go an hour and a half, that's too much. And then after you do that, you punch it down, and then you form it into what you want, and then you have to let it rise again. And that could be another hour to an hour and a half process. And then once it's formed, then it goes into the oven. Okay? So, yeah, you mix the ingredients you need, you let it rise, you push it down again, and then you let it rise again. And an average loaf of bread can take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, depending on how much you're making and what type of bread it is. So here, the Princess of Pentacles is like, I'm going to make bread because this sounds fun, but she doesn't consider the time. She also thinks that she can do laundry, and she also thinks that she can, cook dinner, and she also thinks, and that's cool, but you need to prioritize. You need to decide what you're going to do, and you're going to stick with it. Because if you don't stick with it, A, everything's going to fall apart. And B, you're going to get really upset with yourself, and you're just going to kind of beat yourself up that you're not doing it right. Another thing I like to do with my bread example, I'm not leaving that example, sorry guys, is the first time you knead bread, it feels very awkward. Your hand has no idea what it's doing, and it looks nothing like what the people in the videos are doing, and you're just like, this doesn't feel right, but I'm going to keep doing it because I know this is important to the process. The fourth or fifth time you make bread, you just do it. You don't even think about it. Your muscle memory is just going. Guys, when it's reversed, a lot of times we're in resistance because we don't like the fact that stuff feels awkward. We don't want to learn that new motion. Get past the awkwardness, okay? Know it's part of the process. All right, this next card is internal influences. 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is about just being overly happy and having everything that you could ever want emotionally. Okay, guys? Because cups are about our emotions here. And when we get that emotional happiness, things are going great. When it's reversed, there's something in us that's nagging at us. There's something in us that's not 100% happy. There's something that is being called to do something else. And it's not that this is going to cause everything to fall apart. It's just saying that I still feel like I'm missing the final piece. It's saying that I feel like there's a part of me that just needs to be doing a little bit more. The next two cards are the way to a possible outcome. I lay them together every time. And here we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed to the 7 of Cups reversed. Guys, we're pretty heavy on Pentacles in this one. 3 of Pentacles is all about working on your skill, working on your craft, working on your occupation, whatever it is that you work on. And it's you working on it to a point where it becomes easy, it becomes natural. And when we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed, sometimes it becomes so easy, we get bored and we become complacent and we start slacking on it. Or we get overcritical and we get angry about the products that we're producing, that it's not to the perfection that we're holding ourselves to. This card, guys, is really determining on what you're focusing on. Are you being too critical, or are you bored and wanting to move on because it's not enough of a challenge? Consider that as we make it to our possible outcome, which is the 7 of Cups reversed. Now remember, cups are all about emotions. So here we have 7 emotional choices that were being presented in front of you, and you were asked to pick one. and you picked one. So what's the holdup? You made the decision. You made the choice. Go for it. Figure it out. Try it out, guys. All right. So that is each individual card. Let's pull this story together here. So here I see that we are thinking about the past, okay, guys? And the past is something where we're like, things were easy then. Things were simple, because I get that we're doing something new. And the newness, guys, is being surrounded by the princesses, okay? I can't ignore that we're being surrounded by new thoughts, and we're being surrounded by new opportunities, by new energy, by new just space for us to be. And a lot of times that creates conflict. And it's one of those things where you're getting tired, you're getting aggravated because you know you could do this. You know in the past that this was easy and that you could prioritize. And now that you're in this new space, you're just like, ah. And you know what? Maybe you fibbed a little bit about your qualifications. Maybe you made it seem like this would be easier for you, or that you were more skilled to do this, and that's not helping your case right now, okay? I really think this deception is self-deception. But we got the Nine of Pentacles up here, okay? And this is why I wanted to come back to this card, because I get it now. It's the fact that you do have the ability to do this. You just need to give yourself a little bit of time to say, okay, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to reprioritize, and I'm going to see how I can make this efficient. Get over the awkwardness. Let it be awkward. Just accept that this is going to be awkward, because the truth is you wanted this. You wanted this, and this is for you. And that missing piece of the puzzle is not that it's that you need something else. It's that you need to get comfortable in this new energy, in this new space, in this new time. And you need to allow yourself the grace to get comfortable with it. Guys, when you're learning how to ride a bike as a kid, you wobble, you fall. But you get back up and you keep going because you're like, I want to ride this bike. Right now, you're wobbling. You may fall. Get back up, find the excitement, and go forward. Eventually, you're going to learn to balance on the bike, no problem. You're going to be riding that as fast as you can into the wind. And maybe, eventually, you're going to get confident enough to take your hands off the handlebar. Give yourself the grace to learn. Because right now, if you do that, you're going to find ease, and you're going to find that you're ready to go to the next challenge. And the next challenge is something that you've already made a decision on. And it might not even be that it's a next challenge, it's the next step to that decision that you've already decided to make. This isn't you making a different decision. This is you getting towards that decision you've already made, guys. This is you obtaining clarity on how to utilize that emotional decision and how to find peace within it. So just work through the awkwardness. All right, pile one, you got this. You can do it. Let me know what it is down below in the comments to tell me, what is this new situation, and see if maybe we can't work through it together, guys. Maybe we can help each other. I believe in you, pile one. I do. All right, pile two. Got your cards. I'm going to explain to pile two like I explained to pile one. I'm going to lay the cards out individually and then pull the whole story together like my normal. All right, pile one. This is you starting out. This isn't necessarily who you are as a person, but this is who you are in relation to the situation. And right now, you're the Magician. By the way, this is a cat deck, so I hope you like cats because that's the file you picked. Here we have the Magician. This is you standing in your power saying, I can create anything. I can do anything. There is nothing that is outside my means. I have all the resources and all the tools to utilize, and I have all the knowledge I need to go forward, and I'm just about to change my life and do it as I want. I'm going to make my life my oyster. It's really what that card's all about, guys. All right, and then what's surrounding us is the Emperor. Okay, guys, we're starting off with two major arcana here. I'm not sure what's going on with pile two, but we're doing stuff. So here we got the Emperor, and the Emperor is all about authority and leadership, but he's not like the dictator authority or leadership. Everyone knows that one person that walks into a room and everyone's like, yes, he's going to get things done, or she's going to be the one to make the decision for us, okay? And that is what the emperor is about. The emperor is someone who takes natural leadership, who leads by example, who delegates when necessary, but doesn't dictate. The emperor is fair and logical and sees everything and hears everything with a wise mind. Now, this is what's supporting and opposing us, so the caveat can be that the emperor sometimes can get overcritical or over logical and over analytical. Sometimes the emperor can get caught up in the list. They can get caught up in the, it has to follow the perfect formula, and they become too rigid and unflexible. So be careful with that, guys. As much as it's important to lean into that natural leadership, you also need to remember to be flexible. This card is the root of the situation. And here we have the Nine of Cups reversed. All right, guys, so cups are about emotions. And here we have that we receive something that we've been wanting for a long time, but it's not exactly what we expected. It's different, and things aren't as yay, I have the world as I want it kind of way. But understand that that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you get what you want, and then you're just like, whoa, I didn't understand fully what that meant. Okay, well, that's fine, guys. Be glad that you received it. Be glad that you have it. And now let's see what we have to do in order to maintain it. This next card is our immediate past. Just because I say immediate doesn't mean it happened yesterday, and just because I say it's the past doesn't mean it's not something we're still going through. Guys, we have the Four of Swords reversed here, okay? And guys, it's a cute little kitty, cuddled up to a fire. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I love this deck. Four of Swords is literally just what this picture shows. It's about respite, it's about ease, and it's about rest. But here we've taken that rest, okay, guys? We've allowed ourselves to relax. We have given ourselves the mental break that we need, and it's a time to get up and go. We can't stay in this relaxed position forever, okay? Eventually, we need to get ourselves up, and we need to start going back out into the world and doing what it is we need to do. Now, I'm not saying that you need to, get up and go, okay? Think about it when you first wake up from bed, okay? Yeah, some of you might wake up to that alarm clock and you get and you go, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do here. Let's wake up from bed when we have a chance to sleep in, and we might be on vacation or something, and the kids are sleeping in too, okay? But you're getting up out of bed, okay? And you're thinking about what it is you want to do next. And then you get yourself up, and then maybe you go make yourself some tea because this is your morning to do what you need to do. That's what you need to do now with your situation, with life. You've given yourself the ability to rest. You need to start thinking about what you need to do next, and you need to start going to it. This is our advice card, and this is the Knight of Cups. So everyone knows I like to say knights like to move. They don't like to be still. They like to go, go, go. Sorry, I'm also snapping at my cats. That wasn't just for the go, go, go. When it comes to our emotions, though, you're like, how do our emotions go? Well, okay, think about it. When you're happy and things are going well for you, you just want to keep going after the thing that makes you happy. You keep wanting to keep doing the thing that you feel passionate about. You want to keep doing the thing, seeing the person, going to the place, whatever it is that's bringing you that emotional happiness. And with it being upright, this is something we want to indulge in. And now this is the advice card, so I'm going to come back to this because this is a great card to see, and I want to know how more we can utilize it. All right, guys, the next steps card is the Four of Wands, and it's reversed. So Four of Wands is about stability, it's about having a good foundation, it's about celebration, it's a coming together. When it's reversed, we still have this stability. We still have reason for celebration, but once again, things are coming at us in a way we weren't expecting. Maybe, the platform that we were going to build was going to be an 8-foot by 8-foot platform, and now we have a 6-foot by 6-foot platform. So it's a smaller stage. Maybe, we thought we were going to be building these really strong connections with all these people, and we thought it was 10 people, but now we realize it was only 3 people. Okay, guys? Those are still things we need to celebrate. Those are still things we can build upon. So take this as an example to, literally celebrate what you're happy about. Celebrate the fact that you've given yourself this solid foundation and that your actions have been noticed and that they are building upon each other. And that now you have given yourself a solid foundation to continue to build. Because wands are about actions, guys. So this is something that you've been doing. This is something that you've been working towards. And you've been giving yourself this. Give yourself the grace to be proud of what you've created this far. Because that's what this card's about. It's about saying, I created something that can't be torn down. And now I'm going to continue to build upon it. Next card. This is our internal influences. And here we have the strength card, guys. Okay, and so look, this is a cat deck. It's a cat, or it's a mouse and a cat together, and the mouse just feels strong in what he's doing, that the cat's not going to eat him because the cat already had food. Okay, at least that's my story with this card. Sorry, I love this cat deck. Anywho, strength is all about inner strength. It's about having the ability to move forward. It's about having, the just knowing within ourselves that we can do this, that whatever comes is already inside of us. We already have the courage. We already have the strength. We already have the ability to do whatever it is that we're being asked to do. It's not that we need to wait for someone to come help us. It's not that we need that next part. No, we have it in us now. This is you now, having it in you now to go forth and do what you need to do. The next 2 cards I lay out together. It's a way to a possible outcome. And here we have the High Priestess reversed to the Moon reversed. All right, I said it in the beginning, Major Arcana, pile 2. I don't know what's going on with you. That kind of rhymed. So here we got the High Priestess. Choose our way to the possible outcome. High Priestess is all about your intuition, your inner knowing. And with it being reversed, you have this clear message. You know what it is that she's telling you. You know that your gut has said something. You know that spirit has come through to you. You know what it is that you need to do. It's no longer about listen to your intuition, listen to spirit, connect to divine. Now it's, I know what I need to do. And then we have the Moon, guys. This is, I know what I need to do. And then it's, God, the universe, whatever your higher power is. I'm talking about the Moon reverse now, guys. Saying, here's the way. Here is what it is you need to do. And here's what I'm giving you to do it. So the Moon is about having this just understanding of, I need to move forward and I need to, traverse more into what it is that my passion, my desire, my purpose is. And the universe, the divine, God, whoever is literally showing it and giving it to you. All right, guys. I went over the full story, or I went over the cards individually. Now let's pull the full story because this pile's got a lot going on. So you are in a place where you have everything you need to create what it is you're trying to create. And I say that with passion right now because you have the Emperor surrounding you. And yes, I talk about the supporting and opposing in this card, but I feel like you're leaning into the support portion of the Emperor and you know what it is you have to do and you're going for it and you're doing it. But you're like, something feels off. And you know what? That something feels off because it's still new. But it's not that it's new necessarily like as into right now. I feel like it's new in the expansion that you're creating. That you are being asked to go beyond what you already have because you had things easy for you. And you have a foundation that you can build upon. But remember the Knight of Cups up here that I wanted to come back to? That is an emotional, passionate desire to do things, to go forward, to continue to create, to continue to just, find what it is that is still fulfilling for you. And you have it in you to do this, guys. I don't really know why I'm giving you this message because everything is just aligned and laid out for you. It's just a matter of you seeing it, doing it, and accepting it. Honestly, Accept the message. Accept the path. Connect with the divine. Say, what is it do you want from me? What is it do you need me to do? Show me the way and go. And honestly, guys, I feel like you know what it is. I feel like you don't even have to ask. You already know, and you're just kind of putting your feet down saying, I don't wanna, or not yet, or I thought I was done. But you're not. And you don't want to be. Because there's a part of you that's excited to do this again. There's a part of you that's just like, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. So go with it. Trust the universe, guys. Connect. Go forward. All right, guys. That's your reading. Please comment below. Maybe we can work together about what your resistance is. And just... Or if you tell me your plan. I'm excited for this pile. You guys have something great going on, and I'd also love to hear down below what it is. So thank you, pile 2. All right. Now we're going on to pile 3, guys. Pile 1 had a strong message. Pile 2 had a strong message. Ooh, your message is ready to come. That card just popped out like, show me. All right, pile 3, I'm going to tell you what I tried the first 2 piles. I'm going to lay each card out individually, explain the card, and then I'm going to tell the full story and bring them together. Pile 1, we're starting you off in the 9 of Swords. This isn't who you are as a person. This is just an aspect of who you are in this situation. Guys, the 9 of Swords it's about despair. It's about anxiety. It's about being kept up at night with our thoughts and not being able to sleep. This card is us just being so in our head that we don't know how to move forward. We don't know how to live, and it's almost dilapidating. When it's reversed, the only grace of this card being reversed is that we understand that we're putting ourselves in a dilapidated state and we're seeking on how to get out of it. Now, you're going to be like, Kirsten, if it's upright, wouldn't we also be seeking? What I'm saying is, when it's reversed, you're actively working to try to release these despairs, these anxieties. You're actively trying to do the mental work already, but that doesn't mean you're not still in it. This is almost like the first steps card of getting out of our head, okay? Which can be very hard, guys. And I'm not trying to knock on anxiety or depression, guys. I know it's real, okay? I'm not knocking mental illness either. What I'm saying with this card is, when it pops up in a reverse position, it's you doing the thing that is going to change you from having to live in the way that you've been living. And maybe that's just something that popped up, a couple weeks ago. Maybe this isn't, the general anxiety or the general depression. This is something about something that's happened recently. And you're pulling yourself to the point of saying, this is changing. I'm not going to stay this way. And that's a good thing. You're starting to let it go. I'm proud of you about that. All right, so this is what's surrounding us. We have the Knight of Swords. So this is the 9 of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. Knights like to move, guys. They don't like to be still. They really just like to go, go, go. And guess what? Our thoughts like to go, go, go too with it. So this is what's supporting and opposing us. And so the Knight is trying to bring us into a new thought process, a new paradigm, a new way of thinking that's beneficial to us. And maybe you've already had that enlightening aha moment, guys. But with it also being an opposing force too, this can cause us to be too critical, too harsh, too narrow-minded. Because when we have the Knight reversed, he gets upset at things being too short-sighted. And it's not that it's short-sighted, it's just that we think that we should do better. We have a standard that we're holding ourselves to that maybe is too high when we have the Knight reversed. So this is what's surrounding us. So yes, I feel like right now we're kind of flip-flopping. We're going to, I get it, I'm going to do it, to, I didn't do it well enough. Okay, guys? We need to pay attention to that. We need to watch out for that. All right. This card is the root of the issue. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is always about transition, okay? Upright or reversed, it's about transition. And it's about taking your mind from chaos into smooth waters. And I love this card because it is the only suit, or it's the only card in like the suits that is also a dual suit card. In almost every version of this card, you're going to see water in it, and water is emotions, guys. And when our head is in chaos, our emotions are going with it. But when we allow ourselves that transition, when we allow ourselves to say, you know, I'm no longer going to think this way, that affects our heart. That affects our emotions. So this card, guys, is you going through a transition of some sort, and things are just rocky. The waters are still turbulent. It's not easy, but you're still going through it. This next card I call the immediate past card. Just because I say immediate doesn't mean it happened yesterday, and just because I say past doesn't mean it's not still something you're working through. And here we have the Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles are about our time, our energy, our health, and yes, our finances. But the reason why they're about our time, our energy, and our health is because you still spend your time, you still spend your energy, and hopefully we don't spend our health, but I know a lot of us do. And here it's saying that we were in a place where we had the time and the energy and the finances. We were in a place where we were secure within ourselves. We had a place where we felt that, you know, nothing was going to bring us down. We were in a place where we knew how to handle our energy. We knew how to handle our time. And again, I'm pointing out that I'm saying that it's not still something that we might not be in. We might still be in this place, but this is more information that's going to help us learn how to go forward. This is the advice card, guys. And here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, guys, Nine of Pentacles. Again, time, energy, health, and then finances. Yes, we were in a place of independence, okay? And if we were in that place, it's still within us. We are in a place where our time and our energy was ours to spend, okay? Look at it. It's a bear. A bear doesn't question about whether it should hibernate or whether it should gather berries. It just knows. It goes and gathers the berries. It's independent. It knows how to utilize its energy. It knows how to utilize its time for its greatest benefit. Okay? This is the advice card, so we're going to come back to it to see what more it has to tell us. So this next card is the next steps card. And here we have the Five of Swords. All right, pile 3. I get it. We're in our head. Just pointing that out. Five of Swords is all about inner conflict, inner turmoil. It's conflict of ideas, conflict of thoughts. And yes, this could be with somebody else, but for me, this card is always about self-conflict, okay, guys? And it's reversed, which is a good thing, okay? That we want this card to be reversed. Because if it's reversed, that means that we're allowing ourselves to calm down the thoughts, and we're allowing ourselves to find a compromise. We're allowing ourselves to say, okay, maybe perfection is not what we need to be after. Maybe what we need to be after is just completion. And completion and perfection are not the same thing. Completion is saying, it's good enough, I'm done with it. Perfection is impossible. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. So this card to me right now shows that you're seeing, or that you're going to be seeing soon, that you're just going to allow for completion. You're going to allow for ease. You're going to allow things to be as they are, and understand that either, yes, I have power to change this, or no, I don't have power to change it. And if you don't have power to change it, you're going to move on. All right, next card, guys. This is what our internal influences is. And this is what's inside of us. And this is the Magician, okay? This is pretty cool, guys. The Magician can make and do as they need to. They have all the resources. They have the cup. They have the pentacle. They have the wand. They have the sword as well. Sorry. I was like, I'm forgetting a suit. But they have it all. And they can utilize these things for their own good to create whatever it is they want to create, to do whatever it is they want to do. So I feel like a lot right now, I'm really feeling this, I'm stuck, I can't do this, and I'm not sure where to go. Well, you have everything you need. You don't need anything from the outside to come in. Maybe you just need to see things differently. Maybe you need to pay attention to see how many cups you have, how many pentacles you have, how many wands, and how many swords you have at your access. Okay? Liken this to spoon theory, guys. If you know anyone who understands spoon theory, it's that when you run out of spoons, you're done for the day. Maybe you have an extra set of spoons laying around that you didn't realize. Maybe you've had them in reserve for that rainy day. Maybe now it's time to pull them out. Next two cards I'm going to lay together. It's a way to a possible outcome, guys. And we have the Four of Swords to the Tower. All right. Four of Swords is about rest. It's about relaxation. It's about giving yourself that break. Okay? When it's reversed, it's saying that you're allowing yourself the break, but you're also not going to stay forever in there. Okay? A lot of times when we find our place in respite and we find our place in slumber, we don't want to have to climb out of it because it's so peaceful and it's so easy. But we need to remember we still need to climb out of it and we still need to take care of ourselves. I mean, look at this guy. He's burrowed. He's burrowed underground. Okay, here, I'll make it easy for everyone to see. For him to come out, he's going to have to dig through that. Okay? And yeah, that's a little bit of work. But once winter's gone, guys, he needs to feed himself. Okay? He needs to take care of himself. And that's what you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to give yourself that rest, or maybe you are in that rest right now, and you're going to have to say, I need to take care of myself. And once you do, guys, we're going to have this Tower. Now, yes, I know everyone sees the Tower as a scary card because it's change, it's upheaval, it's drastic. But guys, work with it. Work with the energy. Okay? Change can be scary, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a scary thing. And a lot of times, if we work with whatever that's going to be, it's smoother and easier. So this Tower could be you moving out of the house, moving out of the situation, moving out of a relationship. This Tower could be you getting a new job. This Tower could be a lot of things, okay? It doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing. It's just that it's a big thing, and it's something that's going to change how you do things. It's going to change your daily drive. It's going to change who you see. It's going to change, your circumstances. It's going to change a lot of things. All right, guys, now that we got the individual cards, let's pull the story together. Whew, okay, pile 3 here. We are really in our head right now. We have a lot on our mind, and because we have so much on our mind, it's weighing on our heart. But we've done the work to do to know that we have to get out of it, that we need to make the transition. Okay, guys, we've made the transition. And this 10 of Pentacles, it's not saying that we're going to be leaving security behind us. We're leaving comfort behind us is what this boils down to. We still have the 10 of Pentacles, okay, guys? We still have the finances. We still have the energy. We still have the time. We're leaving our comfort zone behind. And when we do that, things get rocky. Yes, our finances might be low for a little bit. Our energy might be lacking for a hot second, okay? Our time might be feeling overwhelmed and, that it might be chaotic. But guys, the 9 of Pentacles is saying trust. Trust that you have the ability to do what it needs to happen. Okay? Just as the bear goes out and eats berries when it needs to eat the berries, and eats the fish and when it needs to eat the fish, and then it goes to sleep when it goes to sleep to hibernate. It doesn't question it, okay? It just knows that it's going to do those things. So trust that you're going to be doing that. Give yourself the grace. Stop. Literally just get out of your head. And yes, I know this is easier said than done, guys. I'm a person who had to battle depression. I'm a person who's dealt with anxiety. And as I'm saying this with love, okay? Tough love type of love here, guys. Because you know what it is you need to do. You can see how you have to move forward. The paradigm shift has already happened. And you know that you have everything within inside of you. And if you didn't know before this reading, you know it now. You have everything inside of you to move forward, to make the change. So that way when the change comes, it's not like the end of the world for you. You're the one that's literally causing this change. You're actually the one causing your own Tower moment because you're giving yourself the ability to pull yourself out of whatever this situation is. Whatever this paradigm that you're in that's got you so trapped, you're going to take yourself out of it. And when you take yourself out of it, the universe has no way to respond in other than saying, oh snap, she's serious. Let me catch up with her. And that's what it's doing, guys. You are still in control. even though you feel like things are out of control. You are still in power, even though you feel like you have no power right now. Because you know what it is that needs to change. You know what it is that needs to be different. You've already done the work. You've already done the hard stuff. You've already flipped around the things that have kept you trapped. You've already decided, I don't want to be this way. And you're like, okay, I'm going to come out of my hibernation. I'm going to dig through and I'm going to feed myself. I'm going to care for myself. I'm going to put me first and forward. And when you do that, the universe is going to respond and it's going to give you the opportunity to say, okay, we hear you. We're doing this. Let's go. So pile 3, whatever it is you're going through, I love you. You can do this. You have it within you. Trust that you can do this. The only one who feels like they might not be able to do this is you. And I'm going to ask you, if you want to be vulnerable, if you want that help, put something down in the comments and see what we can do to help you. If you're in my Facebook group, we have a strong supportive community here that will help you. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will respond to the comment and I will see how I can help you as well. Or maybe just join my Facebook group and put it in that comment below too. Let's work together, guys, okay? To help each other. All right, pile 3. I thank you so much, and I hope this helps.